Hey everyone, welcome to Buick Outdoors. If you're new around here, my name is Sheldon Marion, and today we're going to be mixing things up a little bit. We're going to head down to the river, we're going to do some fishing, and then once we're done fishing, we're going to head out to the woods, see if we can get some chickens, and do a bit of a cast and blast. And then when that's all said and done, we're going to come back to camp here. We're going to do some cowboy cooking over the fire. Well, we made it out to the little recreational site here that's right along the river. But on our way here, I managed to shoot a couple of chickens. And seeing how today it's going to be pretty warm, I brought my cooler with me. And one of these big ice packs. And with these chickens, because it's going to be so hot, I'm going to clean them now. I'm just going to leave the guts just kind of in the box of the truck. That way you're not kind of, spread guts and stuff around here and bring in a bunch of bears. But I'll quickly show you how I clean up my chickens. So I hold them by their feet right here, and you can feel their breast where it comes to a point. You grab this flap of skin, not the breast itself, but this skin right here. Grab that, and you pull it down towards the head, and then that exposes the breast. I just take my thumb, I kind of pull this stuff out of the way. So you pull the sack out, and you expose like the backbone, the spine. Take my index finger and I put it inside the breast. Take this finger, wrap around the neck, and simply just pull. Oh, sometimes it breaks. When that happens, put your thumb in here and you pull the rest out. And then once you do that, what you're left with is a fairly clean bird. As you can see, I just take a little bit of time and pull some of these feathers away. Normally when I'm out in the bush somewhere, those feathers, I just kind of wipe them off of my pants and they just kind of go floating around, but I don't want to make a big mess here. So throw those in there. Every once in a while, the liver and the heart stay in the chicken. Oops. And my dogs, they love these little hearts. Daisy not so much, but Rocky and Texas just absolutely love them. So I'll save one for Texas, one for Rocky. And there we go. Now we have a nice clean bird here. I'm going to put him in the cooler. I got my little bag here, so they're not directly on the ice. And there we have it. So I got one more here to do, and then once I'm done this, I'll feed the dogs their hearts. We'll grab our fishing gear and such. We'll head down to the river. And there we go. Another nice clean bird. And then out here too, you gotta leave a wing attached, just for identification purposes. If you take your wings off, you're most likely going to get a fine and your bird's probably taken away. So, we got that taken care of. The heart stayed inside this time. Find that little joker. Pull the feathers off. And there we have her. Put that in there. Close up our cooler lid. Now I'll get the dogs out, give them their hearts, and we'll go down to the river and do some fishing, let the dogs cool off. Come here, Tex. Rocky already got his. Here, you can have yours. You gotta take a nice though. Oh, that's a good chicken heart, hey? Alright. Walk down to the river here. Beautiful little spot. Just beautiful, pristine water. Well, we tried to fish there for a little bit, but Daisy there kept taking off. And with this being a fairly known place and lots of people come here, I don't want my dog taking off, so we're gonna call her a wrap for the fishing trip. We only fished for maybe 30 minutes. But yeah, with Daisy, she wasn't just taking off up and down the river, she was coming up into here where everybody's kind of camped out at and stuff. So that's enough of that shenanigans. So we'll come back here maybe during the week when there's hopefully nobody here, kind of a thing. But yeah, don't exactly like my dog running around and bugging people and stuff, you know. Guys are out here trying to enjoy a weekend, and yeah, I don't need my dog going into their camps and stuff. Luckily she didn't go into anybody's camp, but I mean, like, it's the next guy over is whatever, like 2 stalls over, so yeah, she stuck around somewhat close by, but not close enough. But anyways, we're gonna pack up here and then head down the road, and who knows, maybe we'll go out and see if we can get some more chickens here. Oh, squirrel had to join the party. In the sun there. Oh, oops, sorry, buddy. I swear I've hit that chicken twice now. Oh, he ducked that one. Quit your moving, you little pot licker. Finally. I got these 2 here, and then there's one more over there, I think. But whatever. We'll grab these 2. This one. Alrighty. Where's that other bird at? See. Oh yeah. Hit him in the neck twice. I want to say that other one's in here somewhere. I'll let the dogs out. Oh yeah, here it is. I smoked them right in the head. There we go. 2 birds. Like 7 shots. Hopefully my dry spell is over. I don't know. Between small birds, skittish birds, I don't know, maybe the new box 22 bullets aren't quite the same as the old ones too. A good place to throw out these guts from earlier. There we go. Alrighty, well, we managed to grab a couple of birds here finally. So I just gotta quickly get these all gutted up before we head back into camp and start cooking. Basically grab the skin right between their legs, pull it down to expose the breast, pull the sack and everything out of the way, grab a hold of that spine, oop, give her a pull, and out comes all the guts. Got one more here to do, and then we'll head her back into camp, and we're gonna get to cooking. I think tonight we're gonna be doing some kind of like cowboy cooking. Cook over the fire, and with very basic, minimal seasoning, and we're gonna have ourselves a pretty dang good meal. And just like that, we have a couple of birds pretty well clean. And away we go. Couple more feathers. And there you have it. Nice clean bird. Oh, couple of feathers, little stragglers. But there you go. It's that quick and that easy to clean up a couple of grouse. Alrighty, so we got the fire lit here, and now we're just gonna de-breast this chicken. Run her down the breastbone. Pull her off. Not exactly sure if you guys can see this or not. It's pretty dark out, but this part doesn't really matter. If you want to see a better example of how to clean up a bird, you can see it on pretty well every other chicken video that I've ever done. So if you can't quite see what I'm doing, just head over and check out one of the other videos. There we go. That's one. I'm going to do one more here. There we go. Looking pretty good. One thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to pull these chicken tenders out. Then that way we'll cook these a little bit separately. Let me put them in the middle or something. There we go. I'll grab the camera here so you can see how we're all set up. So here I got chicken breast, chicken tender, and all we're going to be seasoning this with is just some good old high seasoning salt. So what I'll do here, I'll sprinkle it on. And then pretty well close her up, flip her over, and we'll get the other side here too. Put our little latch on. There we go. Flip her over, get the back side. Now we'll bring the seasoning with us because we're most likely gonna need to put some more on here once we get this fire going here, or get this on the fire. Basically what I'm going to be doing here, before I put this on, I'm going to wait till this fire dies down just a little bit, and then we'll be cooking over the coals. There we go. That looks a little better for cooking. Yeah, nice and hot. Now all we gotta do here, grab our chicken, start cooking. I'm always surprised when it comes to chicken. Everybody, when it comes to grouse anyways, it seems like the majority of people, they grew up where you go out, you shoot a couple of chickens, you come back to camp, you slice them up like this, you deep fry them, and that's about as far as it goes. And over the years, through YouTube and stuff, you know, I've been able to show you guys all sorts of different ways of cooking it. I've done deep frying it, I've done chicken sandwiches, chicken cordon bleu, pretty well anything that you can make with a regular chicken, you can make it with grouse. Whether it's spruce hen, rough grouse, ptarmigan, dusky, whatever, like it doesn't really matter. It's, at the end of the day, as long as you think of it as chicken is chicken, you'll never run out of recipes. And this one here, this is like as basic can get. There's nothing more caveman like than cooking food over a fire, and you get the taste and the smell of that fire too, like all the wood smoke and stuff, and it's a phenomenal way of cooking. Some days it takes a little bit longer to cook this way, but I mean, whatever. It is what it is. At the end of the day, you end up getting just some phenomenal meat out of the deal, and yeah, it's a cool way to cook. Plus, there's something like kind of primitive about it. You know, there's no frying pans, there's no fancy ovens or anything like that. You know, it's just man, meat, and fire. So it's kind of nifty. Well, we've been cooking on her for a few minutes now. You might be able to see it coming along there, but I think it's time for a flip. Not too many spices burnt off, so we're doing all right. Pretty well, I got kind of like the flame side and then the hot coals side, so I'm just kind of swinging this back and forth just to kind of keep everything mainly on the coals. If you get the flame, you end up turning your meat kind of black sometimes. So we kind of don't want to do that. We want to cook just in the coals. Alrighty, so we've been cooking on this for a little bit now. I think the smaller tenders here, they'll for sure be done. But the breasts, I think, they'll need to cook a little bit longer. But what I'm going to do, seeing all those tenders are pretty well done, I don't want to overcook them overly too much. So I think I'm going to move this over underneath the awning so we can turn on the light. And then we'll give this stuff a taste test. Alrighty. So I'm surprised this thing actually cools down pretty quick, this little wire rack. I pretty well just pulled it off the fire, came over here, turned on the light, and it's already pretty cool to the touch. Like, so that's pretty neat. So here we'll see how this turned out. And this is just spruce grouse cooked over the fire with some seasoning salt. Oh man. Let me have my moment here. That first piece, it was kind of almost burnt around the edges a little bit. So it gave it like a nice little crunch. That piece cooked just right. The dogs, they're sitting here patiently waiting, so I'm gonna rub off some salt. Rocky, you want the first bite? Come here, Rock. Don't worry, Tex. I'll give you a piece. Tex, you gotta back up. Nope. Good job. This piece for Texas. There you go. Okay, back up, guys. Back up. Oh, man. Gets my approval and gets the dog's approval, too. Oh. That one's a little stuck to the grate. Oh. Yeah, those breasts there, they need to cook a little bit longer. But with the little tenders being so thin, I knew they were going to be done way sooner than the breast. Oh, man. If you guys haven't cooked grouse like this, you definitely gotta try it. Even if you don't have one of these little, I don't even know what the heck that is. They're grilled cheese sandwich maker things. Honestly, grab a stick, shove the meat on the stick, and cook it over the fire with that. All you need is a little bit of flame and some high seasoning salt. And oh boy, that is a phenomenal meal. Well, I think I'm going to get these other breasts back on the fire so I can mow them down too. And yeah, thank you guys for coming along on another hunt with me here today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you give this recipe a try. Not much of a recipe. You need chicken, fire, and seasoning salt. What, man, is it ever good. Oh, it even smells great when you're cooking it like roasted hot dogs. Has nothing on this. But like I said, thank you for coming along on this hunt. If you enjoyed this video, hit like down in the corner there. Leave me a comment or two, especially if you try this out. Comment, let me know how you liked it. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next one.